Hello and welcome to City Edition, the City of Bend's video news magazine. I'm Ann Orange. In our first story, the city is gradually increasing sewer rates on companies that discharge wastewater. That's what we call extra strength. Here's a look at the plan and who it affects.
In July of 2015, we implemented changes in our rate structure so that all of our customers are now billed based on their winter quarter average water usage, as well as a base charge that includes single family and our non-residential commercial customers. With commercial customers, we now include charges that are based on whether or not they discharge wastewater at a higher strength than our typical single family customer does. We now bill based on customer categories, including extra strength charge of low, medium, high, and super high, and our standard users that are typically groups like boutiques or legal firms or accounting firms that don't really don't generate wastewater at a higher strength.
And depending on the business, if it's a car wash or an auto body shop or a moratorium or a brewery, they all add different kinds of waste to the waste stream. And it's a sewer treatment plant that has to be taken into account because the design and the function of the sewer treatment plant is built largely around the kinds of wastes we send to it.
All of our businesses are evaluated to determine whether or not they fall into an extra strength charge category. That is determined by the type of business they are, whether or not they're a restaurant or a brewery or a linen supply or a bakery that has the ability to generate a higher strength of wastewater, including potentially a higher volume as well.
So to make sure that the people who are sending those wastes and adding the expense are covering their fair share, we have switched to a more equitable and fair way of billing people for the sewer services they use.
We look at their business type and determine their usage based on what NAICS code they fall into and the assigned strength to those codes.
The council's looking for equity in sewer rates to make sure that those who use it the most and add expense to the collection and treatment of wastewater pay their fair share.
Yeah, fair share is very important to us. We want to be equitable in the cost, but yet we don't want to kill the brewing industry in Bend. Brewing is a business, and we have to look at every facet of our operation. And the 400% increase in wastewater is going to be about $1 a barrel increase for our production facility. And $1 a barrel is huge in the brewing industry.
In the first year of implementation, our extra strength charge users were billed at a higher rate for wastewater, but not that much higher than single family. This year, Council has directed us to move a little quicker into phasing in the cost of service for those customers, and so rates are going up more substantially for extra strength charge users this year, and they have concerns about this and how it affects their businesses.
I believe the brewing industry is extremely important to Bend in the state of Oregon. Crux employs 60 people plus directly and 180 people statewide. And what the extra strength charges are going to mean to me is one less fermenter a year because I'm making wastewater or paying for wastewater instead of making beer.
Our wastewater treatment plant is approaching capacity as we continue to grow, and so we have plans and continue to invest in expansion of that treatment facility. In order to cover our costs, we also need to assure that the various categories of our customers are paying their way for the system, and that is why we have been increasing the charges for extra strength charge customers.